keep the music playing.
Today's news and weather is brought to you by the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. The Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill features a full restaurant and bar, a huge outdoor concert stage, a giant outdoor TV screen, fire pits, a roof deck, washer pits, cornhole pits, inside and outside seating, and much more. Located at 511 8th Street, Waco, Texas 76706. Check out upcoming shows at backyardwaco.com.
From the News 10 Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez. The Lorena community is grieving following a head-on crash that killed 3 people, including a local high school senior. According to police, the crash happened yesterday morning around 7 on U.S. Highway 77 near the Milam County line. DPS says a Toyota Tacoma heading south veered into the northbound lane and hit a Dodge Ram pickup. 18-year-old Landon Harris and 36-year-old Jarrett Hawkins were in the Tacoma. 49-year-old Daniel Phillips was driving the Dodge. All 3 of them died at the scene. Landon was a senior at Lorena High. Meanwhile, Senator Ted Cruz is introducing a bill that encourages donations for scholarships to public and private school students. The Universal School Choice Act would allow for $10 billion annually in federal tax credits for people and businesses that contribute to nonprofits that grant scholarships. He says the bill aims to enhance universal school choice and options for every child, regardless of where they live. From the News 10 Newsroom, I'm Keisha Lopez.
The lack of humidity that was shoved away thanks to a cold front yesterday is still lacking today, but that humidity is going to be returning tomorrow, so enjoy the comfortably not humid air while you can. Morning temperatures out the door starting out in the 50s and low 60s will warm with partly cloudy skies into the upper 80s and low 90s. Going to be warmer than yesterday, but that lack of humidity really will make a difference, especially because that humidity is going to be returning soon. We're back into the upper 60s tomorrow morning with humidity moving in, low to mid 90s tomorrow afternoon with a 10% chance of a stray shower during the day, 30% chance Thursday night. From KWTX, I'm First Alert meteorologist Sean Bellafieri.
Good morning, live from the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. It's the Zach Owens Show. I'm Jim Alvarado. This hour being brought to you by Weicker Realtors, the Eastling Group, and Be Kind Coffee. Right now, it's time for our national anthem and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Now, here to perform our national anthem, please welcome retired Navy Petty Officer First Class Generald Wilson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
For the national anthem, let's hear it for the flyover from 2 EA-18G Growlers from Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It is the Zach Owens Show live from the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Good morning, folks. It is Memorial Day weekend all week, and we're celebrating our veterans this weekend. Man, today we've got a great veteran for you to start off the show. Please help me welcome Martha Ybarra. Did I say it right?
Yes.
With the R's and everything. We studied that for about 10 minutes. Good morning, Martha. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you.
Well, thank you for serving our country. That's the first thing I got to say. Thank you again for everything you've done.
It was an honor.
And I'm telling you, Martha, you've got a unique story. So tell me how you got into the military. What got you there?
My dad's oldest brother, his name is Rudy. He goes by Rudolph.
Rudy?
Rudolph Reyes.
Okay.
He was in the Army Air Corps, got injured while crossing the English Channel. His entire crew got killed.
Oh, no.
And he made sure that he got his plane with all the crew across the English Channel because he wanted them to get returned home. And while doing that, he got injured as well.
Oh, no.
And he has a big scar, like an upside-down L. And he's now deceased.
Oh, no.
But he made sure that the remains of the other people on his crew were returned back to the United States so that they could get their military honors funerals.
Oh, really?
And be returned to their loved ones. But the day he woke up from his coma in London, in England, they were getting ready to notify his mother, which is my grandmother, that he was missing in action or killed in action. And he says, no, 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 no. Give me a phone. I need to call my mom and let her know that I'm alive and that I'm in the hospital, but that I'll be back soon. My dad was also a Korean War veteran, but he did not want none of his children to join the military. Why? Because he suffered a lot. He wasn't physically fit, but he still served during the Korean War. And he's also deceased.
Wow.
And the youngest brother, Adolfo Reyes, was also served during Korea. And at one time or another, all three of the brothers were stationed in Korea, and neither one knew what unit they were in or that they were all in the same place.
Wow.
My grandmother decided that she was going to get all three of them together during the holidays. And she was getting ready to go speak to, I think it was President Eisenhower. She was getting ready to call him because nobody wanted to help her get the three brothers together. But guess what?
What happened?
It happened. It happened, and all of them got to see each other. It was a surprise to all three of them.
Wow.
And I used to sit on my uncle's lap, the oldest one, and I would hear him talk about the stories. I got to see him cry, throw an anger fit, happy, and smile. But the one thing I remember about my uncle, and he would also tell my dad and the youngest brother, my other uncle, was to smile and keep your nose clean.
Smile and keep your nose clean.
It makes people wonder what you're up to. So
Being
that's
mysterious and mischievous every now and then.
yes. So as we grew older, my dad did not let me go into the military. My youngest brother and the other brother that follows me, they both went into the military against my dad's wishes.
Oh, no.
But I was the oldest, and I had to set the example. So my dad finally convinced me to go to college, and that if I still wanted to join the military, then I would join, but he tried to encourage me to go in as an officer.
Did you?
Not as an officer. I went in enlisted because at that time there was no officer positions. So I moved
But you
to
had
New-
your college degree.
Yes,
Yes.
I got my degree and I was working there in Eagle Pass.
Oh, wow.
But I was at a time in my life where I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't going. The best job you could get in Eagle Pass, Texas, was either working for the school district or working for the state
Or a
for
farm.
the federal government.
Or a ranch.
Yeah, and that
You're
wasn't
not a ranch
me.
hand? No.
No,
You're
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
ride
no.
horses? Mm-hmm. Eagle Pass?
Yeah. So I traveled a lot to Mexico because all my relatives on my mom's side were from Mexico, and I loved Mexico. So at one time, my uncles were coming down from New York, the oldest one,
Yeah.
and they talked me into, instead of going to Mexico to go work, teach English as a second language, I came back to the States for a personal matter regarding one of my cousins who got killed. And while we were down there at the funeral, my uncle and my aunt both asked me, they said, why don't you move up here with us to New York, spend a winter up here
New York.
in Syracuse.
That's a big jump.
Yes.
From Eagle Pass to Mexico to New York.
Yeah. So I talked to my dad and I said, I'm gonna go to New York, spend a year over there, and I'll find a job to keep helping you all with bills and everything, because I had 4 other siblings.
Right.
So after that,
And you're the oldest.
and I'm the oldest, and
And you're still trying to set examples.
yes, so I moved up to New York, and I had a good job, and I was getting ready. I had just been accepted at Syracuse University to
wow.
work on my master's.
That's good.
And all of a sudden, one day, my uncle comes over and he picks me up and he says, so, it's you and I tonight because your aunt went to some meeting. I said, okay, no problem. He said, so what would you like to do? When he asked that question, we're passing a recruiter's, and they were still there. This was about 5:30 in the afternoon, Eastern time. And I said, let's stop by the recruiters. He says, are you serious? Your dad is going to kill me. I said, let's stop.
It's my day. I can do whatever I want, right? Isn't
That's
that what you
right.
said?
That's right. So we stopped, and it just so happened, the recruiter says, I'm taking a group of people to the MEP station in Albany tomorrow. Do you want to come with us?
Huh. We're going to go look at something.
So I went, took the ASVAB test, which I was very familiar because in high school I was the first person to join the junior ROTC.
Oh, wow.
When
so
I was
you already
a sophomore.
been in a little bit of it at school.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And so went over there. I was half asleep taking that test. I fell asleep, and about 10 minutes before the test was over, they came and they said, are you done with your test? I said, oops. So I did zigzags and everything that I could think of. And the recruiter calls me up. We went home after that and dropped us all off where we needed to be dropped off. And the recruiter calls me around 11 o'clock in the morning. No, 11 o'clock at night. Telling me that I passed. When would I like to join? And I said, well, do you have any openings for
Now, did you really answer the questions, or were you just scribbling anything?
I was just scribbling whatever I could.
So you really didn't pass in a way?
No, he told me I passed.
Oh.
He said I passed with flying colors.
So you just real quickly answered those questions, and they were so happened to be the right ones.
Yes.
You're lucky. I've done that before, and they were all wrong.
No. He told me I passed.
I've never studied for a test in my life.
No, I have to study. But this one, because I'd been taking the ASVAB for years.
So you passed, and now you're qualified to join the military, but you still hadn't joined yet.
I hadn't joined yet. I had to make a decision right then and there. And first thing I asked was, do you have any openings for an officer? He says, nope. The next officer openings won't be until about a year from now. So at that point, I looked at my uncle, and I said, I'm going to go ahead and sign up. So I signed up.
What branch was it?
Air Force.
Air Force.
During the delayed enlistment program. I signed up in May, and I waited about 2 weeks, and my aunt and I went back to Eagle Pass so that I could tell my father.
Oh, no.
But the surprise was on me. My father was in the hospital.
Hold that thought right there.
Okay.
We're going to come back, and we're going to start with your father in the hospital, and you're about to tell him the news. You have already joined the Air Force without him knowing it. And we're going to get her reaction and her father's reaction coming up after we take a short break right here, live from the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. It's the Zach Owens Show.
Dive into adventure with Scuba.com, your ultimate destination for top-tier scuba and snorkeling gear. With over 20 years of experience, our expert staff, who've dived everywhere from the Galapagos to the Maldives, provides personalized advice to help you find the perfect gear for any underwater journey. Shop leading brands like GoPro, Aqualung, and Scuba Pro. Whether you're a beginner or a pro, trust Scuba.com for the best in diving equipment and expert guidance. Explore now at Scuba.com. That's SCUBA.com. Scuba.com. BizChair.com, your one-stop shop for premium commercial furniture that blends quality with affordability. From ergonomic office chairs to durable restaurant seating, we cater to diverse industries including corporate, medical, hospitality, and education. With over 20 years of experience, we offer fast shipping, exceptional customer support, and furniture solutions that stand up to high-traffic environment. Elevate your space with BizChair's vast selection of stylish, reliable, and cost-effective furniture. Visit us today at BizChair.com to transform your business. At Mitzi, we believe the right light can transform any space. Born from a third-generation lighting family, we craft beautifully designed, premium lighting that's made to be affordable. Inspired by Grandma Mitzi's eclectic style, we're on a mission to make high-quality lighting accessible to all. Whether you're updating your space or adding a unique fixture, Mitzi has the perfect design for you. Beautiful, well-made lighting without the high price tag. Discover your perfect light at Mitzi.com. That's MITZI.com. Mitzi. Founded in 1910, Samsonite is the world leader in durable, high-quality luggage and travel accessories. Made to the highest standards, our products won't let you down. We give you the confidence to get out there and explore. Inspired by the past, devoted to the present, and built to inspire a multi-generational future, Samsonite is here to elevate your journey. Travel with Samsonite and pack confidence every step of the way. Shop now at shop.samsonite.com. The grinder mentality that Randy and Brent Habert built into 44 Pro runs deep within our team. Every member shares a passion for the craft, the game, and most importantly, the player. When you step onto the field with a 44 Pro custom glove, you'll feel the difference. It's not just a glove, it's a 44 Pro. Crafted with dedication, made for performance, and built to last. Get your custom glove today at 44pro.com and experience the 44 Pro difference. That's 44pro.com, 44 Pro. Golf Partner, the world's largest golf store network, offers more purchasing opportunities than anywhere else. With a dominant market share and a wider selection of quality secondhand golf clubs than our competitors, we make it easy for you to enjoy the game with affordable, top-quality equipment. Join us at golfpartnerusa.com and discover why we're the trusted choice for golf lovers worldwide. That's GOLFPARTNERUSA.com. Golf Partner.
Since 2003, Bluehost has been empowering people to harness their brands online with innovative web hosting solutions. Trusted by over 2 million users, we're the longest-running WordPress.org recommended host. With Bluehost, you get a safer, better web experience, supported by the world's most popular site builder, and backed by our commitment to open source projects. Visit Bluehost.com today and take your website to the next level.
Experience the future of secure private cloud storage with Internex. Protect your files with end-to-end encryption, ensuring your data stays private and accessible only to you. Enjoy seamless, fast storage without compromising security. Visit Internex.com today and take control of your digital life. That's INTERNXT.com today.
Be the best parent to the best SPUP. For Kitty, we decode more tan 100,000 data points, so you know what makes them walk, talk, and act like only they can. We provide the best care and make smart health decisions, now and forever. Plan better, care smarter, love longer. Wisdom Panel, your world's leading pet DNA service.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Welcome back to the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill Live. It's the Zach Owens Show. It's Avocado filling in for the vacationing Zach Owen. Man, I hope you're having a good time on this beautiful, is it Wednesday already? Hump Day Wednesday? And we have our veteran this week, Martha. Now, Martha, we were talking about your dad was not wanting you to join the military at all because he knew how dangerous it was. He didn't want y'all to have to go through what he went through.
Right.
And so you went to college, did your college degree, and then you went to Eagle Pass and went to Mexico, and then your uncles were up in New York, so you're up there talking to him. It was your day. You got to go and do whatever you want to, and you ended up joining the military, taking a test, and you got accepted, and so you're now an Air Force enlisted. And so now we left it before commercial. You went back to Eagle Pass to tell your dad, who's in the hospital.
And I didn't know.
And your dad doesn't, you didn't know he was in the hospital. So now you're going to tell your dad your good news on his not so good news. So
Yes.
how did that turn out?
It turned out really good. He said, "What do you mean you joined the military?"
Oh, he didn't say it like that.
He said that.
Just,
And
what
I
do you
said-
mean you joined the military?
Yeah. And so I told him, I said, "You got to be calmed down because you're in the hospital. But I wanted you to hear it from me first before you heard it from anybody else."
The brothers.
From your brothers.
Right.
I said, "So I'm joining the military on September 15th, 1986. And I'm using this whole time to get physically fit."
Because the basic training is coming up.
Yes, because he knew that. So he says, "Okay." He says, "No matter what, your mom and I will be at your basic training graduation." And then my aunt says, "And we will too. We will be at your basic training graduation." And so then I was there for a couple of days. And then my aunt and I both went back to New York, to Syracuse. And so I started, on my own, doing my own training and everything. And on September 15th, 1986, my uncle took me to the MEP station, and I was all teary-eyed because I said, did I do the right thing in my mind? And so I'm going through everything, they test you and everything. And I didn't weigh enough. I was 20 pounds under the weight limit.
You worked out too much.
I guess. So I said, "Okay, here's the deal. Put bricks or do whatever you need to do to get that scale to go up to the minimum weight." I said, "Because if I leave here tonight, I ain't coming back."
Right.
So
they put a brick or two on there for you, huh?
They put enough bricks to get me up to the minimum weight, and they put me on the plane, and they put me in charge of all the group that was going down to Lackland for basic training.
This lady is that feisty and really wants to go. She is now in charge of the whole other recruits that are going with her. That's awesome.
And so I joined the military. I think my basic training was about 6 to 8 weeks. I went through the obstacle course twice, because the first time, because I had ROTC experience.
Yeah.
They wanted me to get out and, to move on with it, to graduate within 10 days.
Right.
And so I talked to my uncle, and my uncle says, purposely fail the obstacle test and don't let anybody know. He says, so that you can graduate with the group you started. That's what makes it
With the what?
With the group that I started.
Oh, the group with you started out.
So
yeah.
I went down on all 3 water obstacles the first time around. The second time was with my entire group, and so I already had an idea as to what to do and what to prep. So I passed it with flying colors, and I got assigned to be a lab tech, which I hated the sight of blood, never pictured myself drawing blood.
Right.
And so all my family came down. That was our day, and so I spent it with my aunt and my uncle and my mom and dad, and we spent the whole day there at the base. We went out to eat, we went outside, everything, and they left, and I got on the bus that afternoon to go to Shepherd Air Force Base to do my schooling. From there, after graduating from the School of Healthcare Sciences, they sent me to Lackland, to Wolford Hall, to do my on-the-job training. And I graduated with flying colors.
That's one of the coolest Air Force base they have is Lackland.
Oh, yes. And
It's
Wolford
really
Hall
cool Air
is
Force base.
It's big.
A lot
it's
of
big.
a lot of airplanes, a lot of fighter planes and F-16s and stuff over there.
Yes.
It's not Top Gun,
No, but it was
it's
a
Air
big
Force's version of Top Gun. I guess.
I guess.
I don't know.
Uh-huh. And so
go ahead.
So then from there, after I graduated, there was like 50 in our group. I was the only one that was allowed to stay at Wolford Hall. Everybody else got sent overseas or stateside.
You must have impressed somebody.
That's the little story.
Martha,
Everybody told me that I led a sheltered life in the Air Force. Someone was always looking out for me.
Well, yeah,
So
because you were the they're gonna say the littlest one on the force there, but you're the one with the biggest stick.
So
it always seems to be that way, right?
And so I did several leadership classes.
Mm-hmm.
And after the last leadership class in 1989, I went and I talked to my chief and asked if I could become an instructor. So I got approved, instructor of medical laboratory.
Wow, that's pretty good.
I got my Community College of the Air Force Associate's degree in that. And I got to teach for 2.5 years. Because during that same time, I met my husband right before I left to the school to be an instructor, and we got married in January of 1990.
Did you ever become a nurse?
No.
In the real world? No.
No.
That was enough. So we're talking real quick, and to wrap this up, that you served 20 years in the Air Force.
Yes, sir.
So this stuff went on for a long time. You were so impressed with it. You stuck around for not only 1 or 2 terms, you stuck around for like 4 or 5 terms.
Yes.
What made you finally get out? You told me there was something that broke the back.
In March of 2001, my youngest brother, who had been out of the service for like 3 years, got hurt in Austin and finally passed away in July. But prior, about 2 weeks before he got hurt, he had called me and asked me how far away, how many more years I had left, and I told him 6 years. And he says, you've got to make me a promise that no matter what happens, you will stick it out and get your full retirement.
And you did.
He says, and you got to make me that promise. And I did. I retired. My official retirement date was September 30th of 2006. My retirement ceremony was held in June. So between June and the end of September, I was looking for a job. And I was stationed at Goodfellow at that time, Goodfellow Air Force Base in San Angelo. And I was offered a job while on terminal leave to become a Purple Heart National Service Officer. And I had my choice of either El Paso or Waco. So I chose Waco. I started working with the Purple Heart on August 6th of 2006.
Wow.
Still on terminal leave, and within a week, I had already passed my accreditation test.
And to this day, you're still with the Purple Heart folks.
No, I left the Purple Heart.
We can't talk about where you're at now, because
Right.
that's a big
I left the Purple Heart
CIA thing.
in on August 31st of 2019. And the best thing that I can do, the best thing that I can tell any veteran, I had no help when I did my claim for my benefits.
Yeah.
And all I can tell any veteran who's out there listening, that if you have not applied for your VA benefits, please visit any regional office that's closest to you.
Right.
And go ask questions about what you may or may not be eligible. And
The
I will
laws
leave,
change every year.
and I will leave you with that.
Martha, I want to thank you for your story. And you know, folks, while we were doing the national anthem, she stood like this. And when the Pledge of Allegiance come up, show them what you did. You're the first person all week that's done that. So, again, thank you for your service, Martha.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to go and talk to my friend who's over there hanging out in Nashville talking about country music. Let's see what's happening with Nashville Cat. What's going on, Nashville
Today's
Cat?
edition of Nashville Cat on the Zach Owens Show Live is brought to you by Be Kind Coffee. Be Kind Coffee's ultimate goal is to promote kindness. 1534 Washington Avenue. Sit down and stay a while. Be Kind Coffee is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. BeKindCoffeeCrew.com.
Fans are mourning the loss of Riley Green's iconic mustache. He posted a photo of it gone yesterday, writing, "Never let them know your next move. # she's gone." Yesterday, Carrie Underwood and her son Jake not only found a 5-leaf clover, they also found a 6-leaf clover. A 6-leaf occurs in about 1 in 10,000. Nicole Kidman will never do a show with her husband Keith Urban, saying, "Our life is already a show. We're together in life, so we don't need to do a show together." Finally, Dolly and Eric Church are included in Time Magazine's new philanthropy list, recognizing people who are shaping the future of giving. I'm Nashville Cat on the Zach Owens Show.
We are back live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, hanging out, getting ready for another great day. But today is, I don't know, Veteran Week, and we'll talk about this young man standing behind me. We have now switched over, but we'll get to you here. Well, let me go ahead and introduce you. Joe Colosimo. Did I say it right, Joe?
Close enough.
Come on over here by this thing.
Yes, sir. How's that?
Joe, we'll be talking about your story here with the military in just a few minutes. Right now, we got to go with Today Is.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
know what today is?
Other than Wednesday, the 21st, I have no clue.
But did you know what happened on this day, Wednesday, the 21st?
No, sir.
Buck Owens, My Heart Skips a Beat, reached #1 on the country charts, exemplifying the Bakersfield sound, which was great for Buck Owens. 1977, a guy named Waylon Jennings sung a song about Lukenbach, Texas. Back to the Basics of Love began a 6-week run at #1 on the country charts, becoming a classic outlaw country anthem. And to this day, a lot of these Texas country artists still worship that song, you know, the Lukenbach, Texas theme. Anytime it comes on, they kind of stand attention like it's something big. 1988, Kathy Mattea, she had a song called 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses top the country charts, earning her widespread acclaim. You know, and Kathy had a couple other big hits, but no one remembers Kathy except, you know, that one. And then I think Daddy's Hands was hers. No, that was Holly Dunn. So, see, Kathy didn't even do Daddy's Hands. 2013, Darius Rucker released his album True Believers. Darius, of course, was a member of the rock and roll group, and now he went to a country side, and I believe he's still doing the country thing, featuring his hit single Wagon Wheel, which became a fan favorite. And I don't know if y'all knew this, but Wagon Wheel was first done by a Texas group, and so that was a remake of a song that he did and made it really popular. So congratulations to Darius for making Wagon Wheel that big and congratulations to the Texas artist who actually got a lot of mailbox money off of that, is what we call it. 2016, Marion Morris made her Grand Ole Opry debut, marking a significant milestone in her Burgon career. Why didn't you just say big career? Burgeoning. Is that the $50 word, isn't it? Burgeoning
that
career.
is a $50 word.
Definitely. I'm on a $10 budget too, by the way. 2022, Morgan Wallen's Thought You Should Know reached #1 on the Billboard Country charts, reflecting his continued success, which Morgan is still out there touring. And really what's cool is a lot of my friends are touring with Morgan Wallen, like Parker McCollum and some Cole Wetzel, I think, is on some of his tours. All right. So, Joel, first of all, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing what you did. And tell us a little story about how you got into the military.
Okay. I actually got into the military kind of sort of by accident. So both my parents served as medics in the military. And I wasn't really thinking much about it when my best friend in high school came to me and said, can you hear me?
You're good, man.
Okay. Anyway, he came to me and he goes, hey, come hang out with us. We're going to go play some football with the recruiters. And I was like, okay. So I went and sit there and did a couple activities where they were doing recruiting, playing football, hanging out with the local neighborhood kids. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And I had some misconceptions about the military. And he goes, oh, it's just like a job. He goes, you wake up, you sit there and go to work, and then you get off, and then you have time off. And I'm like, huh. And he goes, well, if we join together, we can do what's called the cohort program. And I was like, okay, that means we'll be stationed together. I'll know somebody, and it's a good way to sit there and get money for college. And
right. That's what everybody goes for. Trying to get the easy way out of life, right?
Yes. Yeah, of course. And so
you get 3 meals in a cot, man.
Yes,
plus
sir.
They pay you for it. It's kind of what I was thinking, you know?
Most definitely. And so I joined with my best friend, and for one reason or another, we got separated. He got sent to California. I got sent to Fort Hood. And so I was a medic ended up being 17 and a half years.
Wow. So what branch did you serve? I guess the Army.
Army.
I was going to say, if you were at Fort Cavascos.
Yes, at Cavazos.
All right, so you're a veteran. How did you feel with the name changing of that? A lot of people are on the fence with that, man, one way or the other.
I understand the reasoning for it, and I get wanting to have a history that we can be proud of, and so people digging up the original name, kind of named after a gentleman that, again, on the fence. There's a lot of people that were thinking he's a great man. The other people that thinking not so great because of some of his beliefs. So it didn't really affect me too much. I often refer to it still as Fort Hood because it's
a mind thing.
Yeah, well, I served there for 3.5 years. my brain, I'm not there anymore. So when I refer to it a lot of times, I forget that it's still called Cavazos.
Yeah, and it's name changing is not going to change the fort.
Exactly.
The people on the fort are still them. That's who it is. Whoever's name doesn't reflect who the fort is.
Exactly.
I don't think so. I mean,
I understand the mentality of why somebody would want to sit there and remove something that they think is a negative connotation.
Is that called overthinking it?
I do think that's possible.
I think that's
what
what has been happening. People have been overthinking it and putting too much thought into something that's so simple that
I agree.
And now people are paying attention to the overthinkers, and I'm like, quit overthinking it, man. Make it simple. It's just what it is. I mean, it's just a name. You can change it to whatever you want to, but it's still going to be an awesome Fort Hood.
Yes, sir.
You know, one of the greatest places to train for Army military, and that's actually where they can do some wars. You know, that's where they shoot the canyon, shoot whatever. That's why they have these big fences. Please do not enter, because you never know when we're going to blow up something.
Yes, sir.
And we don't want to blow you up. You know, we're just trying to save your life, but you can jump the fence if you want to.
Yes.
But there's warnings all over that place. But that's why I respect the Fort Hood. I mean, Fort Cavascos. So I've always on the fence with that too. And I was driving down the highway from Lampasas to Temple, and I saw the sign that says Fort Cavascos, and I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
Right.
You know, to me, it just those, and that's why I asked you about it, because I've been raised around Waco most of my life, and to us, it's Fort Hood.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, you only were there 3 years, but I've been here like almost 40 years. It's always been Fort Hood. Fort Cavascos is what, 2 or 3 years old now? Probably 3.
Something like that.
Yeah. So in the military, you served how many years?
I ended up doing 17 and a half. So
17.
I did.
You didn't want to pay no bills, did you?
No. I tried to get out all the bills I could. But I did, like I said, 3.5 active. Then I went National Guard. Then I got activated back in 2005. Did another 1.5 years active. So my total active duty time is sitting right around, I guess, 5 and some change. And then the rest is National Guard.
So Joel, after you got out of the military, then did you continue your medical services, or did you leave that field all the way around?
I left it all the way around. When I first got out the first time, I moved to Corpus Christi. Tried to pursue some medical
college
pathways.
degree.
Well, actually, I started to try to because again, a medic in the military is really close to a paramedic. They're able to do quite a bit of invasive procedures. So I actually tried to get a job as a CNA, and they said, you're overqualified. And I was like, okay, just give me a job. And they're like, nope. And so I'm actually glad they told me no, because it gave me the mindset to get back into getting education, sit there and going back to school.
Right.
And so I actually pursued my degree as graphic designer. And
cool.
So
you're an artist.
Yes, sir.
You look like an artist. How do you go from being a paramedic to an artist?
Well, I did them both concurrently. So before I got into the military, I was doing art. And so while I was in the military, I did a lot of tattoo designs, a lot of murals for the military. And then, like I said, when I got out, I originally went into tried to pursue medicine, and they were like, "Well, you need this, you need that to sit there and get a higher, more in-depth position." And they wouldn't give me any of the entry-level positions because they said I was overqualified. And so I was like, "Well, I'm going to pursue my art again." And so I ended up getting my BFA in advertising and graphic design. Worked for BP for about just under 2 years. Then Enron and 9/11 happened, and so that my office literally went from a staff of 13 to 2 people overnight.
Wow.
And so I poked around doing different things for a while, and my father goes, "Well, I used to coach swimming when I was quite a bit younger," and he goes, "You really enjoyed that. Why don't you try going into education?" And I was like, "Okay." And so I came to Waco 23 years ago.
23 years ago.
And so
Waco seems to suck people in here, and once you get here, you don't want to leave.
Yes, sir.
Or did you meet somebody?
No.
It's usually a girl or a guy.
His family. But anyway.
I was watching the time, so I know what we're doing.
My fault.
My producer, he tells me something, then he comes over here. That's all right.
Yes, sir.
I keep them on the edge over there. They're stressed out. Yeah, we're going to be going to him here in a minute.
Alrighty. But anyway, I started teaching at Lake Air 23 years ago, and I fell in love with teaching, and then I decided to make it my second career.
Wow. Hold that thought. Joel will have more with you coming up. Right now, I got somebody very important on the telephone waiting for me to bring it to him. So Pat Curry is on the phone with us. How you doing this morning, Pat?
Hey, I'm doing good. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, man. You're a little early. I was like, oh, okay, I'm 2 minutes early, but that's all right, man. Hey, Pat, what is going on in the big town of Austin, Texas this morning?
Well, we've been doing a lot this week, and we've got a lot to go too. We passed big property tax cut just yesterday. Big day for that. The governor signed our Central Texas Water Alliance deal this week in Belton. I think it was the day before yesterday. We couldn't get up there because we're in session, but that's a huge deal to allow us to set us up to make sure we get the water we need for Central Texas.
Well, that is
we joined up. Oh, it is big. It's huge to pass that and get the rights to do it. So McLennan County and Bell County worked very strongly together to make sure that happened, and got several other counties around us to work with it. But kudos to Scott Felton and the county judge down in Bell County as well for pulling that off and us being able to do it here. So that's cool. And then we also we did something cool. Just one of my colleagues kind of taught us about this. So we went out and got everybody's names, every kid's names is graduating from high schools in our district, and made them small diplomas to put in their wallets.
Oh, really?
And so those have all been delivered to the schools, and the schools will hopefully get them all passed out to the kids as they graduate. And we just want to congratulate all the seniors and give them a memento that they'll keep for probably the rest of their lives.
That's cool. So, Pat, I wanted to start off this conversation by saying congratulations on being our new Republican or representative here in the Central Texas area and all the way down to Austin, because, that's something big, man. That was a big challenge, and congratulations on winning that in the first place.
Well, thank you. I'm proud to be able to do it. It's great. It's good to get on this show every week and kind of give people an update on the McLennan County Minute and what's going on and what's new. And it's a lot of work. I'll tell you what, I've always thought of myself as a really hard worker, but man, this is hours, a lot of hours and a lot of hard work. And
it's a little more than you thought it was going to be until you got there, wasn't it?
It is, but you get out of it what you put into it,
right?
And so I'm the type of guy that I want to squeeze everything I can out of it and make sure that we're moving the needle and have a strong voice for McLennan County and Central Texas, and we do.
All right, so Pat,
and I'm proud.
You're the first person I've ever gotten to talk to who actually works into our state capitol. Tell me how your office is. Is it a cool office, or they got you in a tiny cubicle?
Oh no, it's an office. It's a decent little office. It's nothing huge. We got it pretty well decorated, and a lot of Central Texas stuff, as you can imagine. We get a lot of visitors. I have 3 employees that work in the office, and my chief of staff, and my legislative director, and then my legislative assistant. So we spend a lot of time going through policy and working with committee clerks and working with the building and then answering the phones, talking to constituents. But it's busy. We have a great team. I mean, a really, really solid team. We got a lot of bills through calendars ourselves. Got more bills than any other freshman, and got more hearings than any other freshman, and got some good policy in place. So we're excited.
Go ahead. I was going to say, man, you got to answer one more question. I'm dying to know. Do y'all have any marble in there?
Marble?
Yeah, like marble walls, marble floors, marble anything in the Capitol.
Well, I have to think about that. I'll guarantee you there is. But
honestly, the president loves marble. I mean, maybe one day he might come to your office, and you got to have some marble, man.
No, Texas doesn't have a whole lot of gold and marble. We're not all about the sizzle. So we're more about saving money and doing the right thing. But that's a good question.
Hey, that's a good answer right there, man. Saving money, and we're not putting this $high marble like some other folks like the president can afford to do. We're saving tax dollars here, man. Hey, Pat, thank you.
Nobody's offered to give me a jet or a plane or anything either. So
Hey, I wanted to ask you a question, but it's probably I don't know how much time we have left here, but I saw the governor on some kind of newscast yesterday talking about some kind of land development that he's trying to get shut down. It seems like it was a big development, but there's a lot going on with that, I guess. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I do. Yes, sir.
Where is that at? Because he never really said where that was located, but it's a big development that it's doing things the wrong way, he was saying, and
that's correct. So
he's trying to get
called Epic.
Okay, and where is that at?
It's up in North Texas, and it's up outside of the Dallas area, and it's a group where they basically have gone in and they tried to skirt some of the laws to basically create their own community, but also their own policing, their own everything, their own tax structure, and frankly, it would allow for foreign ownership of land the way they're doing it, and so we passed a law to keep that from happening. Not that we don't want it to be developed. We just do not want it to be something that is allowed to get out of control like Colony Ridge did. Yeah, down in southeast Texas. So it's a very similar type deal, except for they came up with a very creative way to do it and skirt the law and not identify who the owners of it are. That's a problem for us.
Well, thank you for your time this morning, Pat. And again, it was great talking to you. And thank you for doing what you do for us and representing us here in the Central Texas area.
Awesome. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you. And remember, don't worry, vote Curry.
I love that, brother.
See you later.
All right, Pat. Thank you very much, man.
Well,
all right, man. So it looks like we might have to do a commercial break and then come back. I want you to do the joke of the day.
Okay.
I'll let you pick one.
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll have more with the Zach Owens Show coming up live for the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill right after this.
Eco Terra Beds. Better sleep inspired by nature. You deserve better than synthetic. Get the unmatched comfort of natural latex and the superior support that can only be achieved through our uniquely heat-treated and stress-relieved steel coils. Your back, hips, and shoulders will fall into perfect alignment in any position, meaning that you get deeper, more comfortable rest. Visit ecoterrabeds.com.
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like, but if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually prop money. It's what is used in movies, TV, music videos, and ads when the strip calls for tons of cash or for the bills to be destroyed. It looks realistic from a distance, but up close you can see it says for motion picture purposes. I got these from propmoney.com. They're the official industry standard. I also got some stacks from different decades, from the 90s, 2000s, and even Money Van. Visit propmoney.com today to get your money seen or money shot right with Prop Money Inc.
Safely send money abroad in just a few steps with Remitly. Sign up with your email, enter an amount, choose how your loved ones would like to receive the money, enter your recipient's information, select a payment method, hit send, and relax, knowing your delivery time is guaranteed. Download the Remitly app today.
VivoSun's mission is to empower growers with stylish and effective products, making indoor growing accessible and enjoyable for everyone. VivoSun is known for its range of products designed for indoor gardening, catering to both beginners and experienced growers. VivoSun has it all for your indoor gardening needs. Visit vivosun.com today and get started making growing plants and vegetables easy and automatic.
whypersonalloans.com. We protect your information with advanced data encryption technology so you can request a loan with peace of mind and from the ease of your home. Request a loan anytime, day or night. Our partners can offer loans up to $35,000 with varying rates and terms. Review your loan offer with no obligation and decide what works for you. Visit personalloans.com today.
It's hard to find supplements that work. No, thank you. You need supplements that are backed by science with natural and plant-based ingredients and that are third-party tested. Because cleaner is better. Like Oro Organic. Plant-based supplements made from the Earth's most powerful plants for your immune health, gut health, workouts, and more. Find out more at oraorganic.com.
Over the decades, ARB has consistently pushed boundaries, introducing groundbreaking products like our iconic bumpers, Old Man EMU suspension systems, air lockers, and the recent brushless air compressor. Each innovation is designed to elevate the off-road experience, enabling adventurers to conquer any terrain. For 50 years, you've trusted us on your toughest recoveries, to your most breathtaking destinations, and in countless unforgettable memories.
Streamline event and appointment booking with Amelia's sleek, modern, and fully customizable booking forms. Tailor the colors, fonts, and design to match your brand and seamlessly integrate with your WordPress website. Whether it's for events or appointments, Amelia makes booking simple, stylish, and perfectly aligned with your business. Enhance your booking experience today at WPAmelia.com. That's WPAMELIA.com. Amelia.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Live from the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill, it's the Zach Gowen Show. I'm Avocado filling in for the vacationing, golfing Zach Gowen. I don't know. How can you golf every day like that? Can you golf? We are celebrating Veterans Week, and our veteran today, Joel, again, you're a graphic designer after you got out of the military. You were in the military as a paramedic for years. Almost 20, you said?
Yeah, 17 and a half.
17 and a half, got to Corpus, and then you got your a graphics job and all that, and then the thing happened. Everyone went home for a few years, and so you had to start all over again, and now what do you do?
I'm now a teacher for Waco ISD.
Waco ISD teacher.
I'm an art teacher.
I bet you're a really cool art teacher.
I try.
And so you have some really good students, or?
I do. I have some incredibly talented students.
Do they want to become tattoo artists, or?
I've had students go a variety of different pathways. Some of them have gone into tattoo designing. Some of them have gone into actually selling their own art and doing very well.
Art's big in Waco now. I mean, it has become. It's always been big, but it's not as big as it has been in the last, I would say, 2 to 3 years.
Definitely grown.
Were you part of the painted the street Waco? They did with chalk art.
I had several of my students that did that.
That was insane, dude. I mean, it's like you're walking in. There's like a hole in the street of water, and that was all art.
Right.
And I bet that was hard to wash off.
Oh well, I think they just let it go. Just let it sit there and naturally fade away.
I wouldn't want to run over it. I would not be the first person to want to run over that beautiful art. I took pictures of that because that was a great day to have. And so I'm glad you guys were part of that. So thank you for what you've done for your service. And now thank you for helping these kids out, man.
Thank you.
Are they teaching you anything? Or are you teaching them?
I learned probably more from them than they learned from me.
They always say that. You know, these kids.
It's truth.
They have no fear. You know, they don't care if they mess up. They'll fix that. You know, they messed up on purpose. So anyhow, we have got some live musical talent coming up here in a minute. Before that, I know you have a joke of the day.
Yes, sir.
You've been working on this all morning.
All morning.
So what is it? Let's hear it.
All right. What do you call a snowman in July?
Hot.
A puddle.
Hey, I heard the drum. So that was a good one because when they're bad, they go, wah, wah, wah.
There you go.
You didn't get that there.
Oh, hey.
Hey, it's Memorial Day weekend coming up. We're celebrating veterans all week. What do you like to cook on the weekend, on this particular weekend?
Ribs are always a good thing.
Is it?
Yes,
smoke
sir.
ribs?
Yes, sir.
Or you like grilled ribs? Or
grilled is my preferred.
I tried to smoke ribs one time, and they're nasty. I mean, they look nasty. Smoked ribs just look nasty. And if you don't put them on the grill at least 30 minutes after you smoke them, then don't serve them to me, you know, or at least cover them up with some sauce. Cause
there you go.
That's the ugliest meat when you smoke a rib. So ribs are not made to be smoked; they're made to be grilled or open pit flame.
Yeah, open pit works.
Flame is good, like a chuck wagon style.
Yeah, rotate it.
Oh, by the way, thank you for wearing your red shoes today.
Not a problem.
We learned yesterday red shoes is a big thing. It's awareness for food allergies. So I don't have any food allergies that I know of.
I'm lucky I don't have any food allergies, and I'm allergic to other things.
I'm allergic to hominy because I don't like it.
There you go.
Yeah, do you like hominy?
I do. You give me some good pozole, I'm down.
Hominy it tastes like balloons. And someone asks, how do you know what a balloon tastes like? Well, dude, I was a kid. I chewed on balloons when I was a kid.
There you go.
I even had some paint chips somewhere. That's what's wrong with me, man. Never studied for a test, and I chewed on paint chips when I was young. Thank you for your service, man, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
Y'all got to stick around, man. This next guest is amazing. So she is going to be coming up next hour, and I'm not going to tell you who she is yet, but I know her dad real well. But right now, it's time for Rodney Pyatt. We're going to take a look of Behind the Wheel with Avocado. Here's my friend Rodney Pyatt.
Welcome to Behind the Wheel with Avocado.
Welcome to another edition of Behind the Wheel with Avocado. I'm Jim Alvarado, your host, Avocado. And today, folks, it's my honor to introduce to you Casey Johns. Casey, what's going on?
What's up, Jim?
I love your name because everyone thinks it's Casey with a C, but it's a letter K and the letter C and then the name Johns.
Yeah, I love tricking people when they're like, so how's Casey spelled, with a K or a C? And I always say both.
Both?
And they're always like, wait, what?
Well, Casey, I've never met you personally, but I have seen you in person once, and it was in January when I was up there at Steamboat Springs, Colorado this year, 2025.
It was hella cold.
Hella cold, but you were hella hot on fire with the music. So I already knew who you were because I have Troubadour Country Radio, and we had played your first single out. But I didn't know who you were until you started singing. Welcome to another edition of Behind the Wheel with Avocado. I'm your host, Jim Alvarado, a.k.a. Avocado. And in studio, folks, it's an honor to have one of the best guitarists in the country business. Y'all, please help me welcome Rodney Pyatt. Rodney, what's up, man? My brother?
Man, it's good to see you. I was telling them, I said, one of these guys out here is a cut up because he said, I said, man, I don't know that I've met Jim. I don't even know if I've seen him, but I have absolutely met him way back, and I just don't have a face. And I said, but definitely his reputation precedes him.
Well, good.
And he goes, and you showed up anyway? That's the places that I like to go.
That's our producers up there, man.
Yeah, that's who that was, yeah. Give me his name again.
His name is Josh.
Josh, that's right. Yeah, I have his card. I'll remember that, Josh.
Well, I have actually a couple of producers. Josh actually produces the show.
Yeah.
And then I have a executive producer. His name is Mike.
Well, I mean, I've been here 4 minutes. I've met 8 people.
Yeah.
Well, that's there's that going on.
Yeah, and you got to meet another artist.
No, I'm not supposed to be looking there here.
You can. Why don't you look at me, man?
Why do we put that camera right behind you?
Don't worry about the camera.
What a beautiful day. We should be doing this outside on a veranda or something.
I have a video camera. We can do stuff outside.
Let's do a mobile one someday.
The next one, we got to do another one.
Let's do one where we co-host. I'm stir crazy, man.
I mean, did you just see what he just did? I mean, I don't know what camera's looking. The riffs.
I had to relearn a lot of
this
stuff.
This guy is a damn legend, folks, when it comes to guitar. Nobody can play. I mean, I know your sons are really good.
Now, the only way I can go from there is down. Come on, man. Give me a little room here.
Give me a little room to fail.
Give me a little room to fail.
I mean, dude.
I was raised where the Gulf water meets the Brazos. Set me the arms of God in Spanish. And it gets so hot in the summertime, you can see the steam coming from a honeysuckle vine, and it prayed for rain, and it always came just in time. Like waterfalls and moss flows from a tree, hypnotizes as it sways in the breeze. Spend my days on Surfside, I get caught up in that riptide on Blue Water Highway, where I'd play my nights away. But even if I roll that muddy water south, got out on the banks of the Mount, city of enchantment by the sea. There's nothing there for me but memories, 'cause home ain't where it used to be. I was raised where the Gulf water meets the Brazos. Gulf water thick as molasses, and the air so thick in the springtime. Magnolia still on my mind, and the rain, and how it always came just in time. But even if I roll that muddy water south, got out on the banks of the Mount, city of enchantment by the sea. There's nothing there for me but memories, 'cause home ain't where it used to be. farther south. Got out on the banks of the mouth. That's a city of enchantment by the sea. There's nothing there for me but memories. This home ain't where it used to be. Yeah, the city of enchantment by the sea. There's nothing there for me but memories. 'Cause home ain't where it used to be. I was raised with a gun for the beast of brazos. Rodney, that's a badass song. I'm the guitar troubadour. That's what these hands were made for. 'Cause I'm 6-string ringing, nickel banging, guitar slinging. Fool, get up off your stool, get out on the floor. 'Cause I'm the guitar troubadour. Well, I'm the guitar troubadour. How could you ask for more? I'm a country boy twanging, blues man singing, a honky-tonk railroad man, that's what I am. I've got a rocking band, 'cause I'm the guitar troubadour. We're gonna party till the sun comes up, we're gonna party all night long. We're gonna party till the break of day, gonna party till the cows come home. And when you see that juke joint jump, you're gonna hear your favorite song. Y'all sing along, y'all sing along. 'Cause I'm the guitar troubadour. 'Cause I'm the guitar troubadour.
We're live at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. It's the Zach Owens Show, and I'm Avocado, and that was my show called Behind the Wheel with Avocado. That's recorded here in Waco, Texas at the Alico Building, and man, we've got, now if you don't know him, I mean, Rodney Pyatt is a handful. Let me tell you, you got to go back and watch the whole episode. He's almost as good as Ted Nugent is about taking over the whole show. You know, I'm the host, but he actually turned into the host too. But matter of fact, it was so good, I told Rodney we're going to have to do a part 2 because we didn't get a lot of his music done. Rodney, to me, when he says I am the guitar troubadour, folks, that is exactly who he is. He's one of the, you see how good he played that acoustic. You ought to see him play electric. And matter of fact, he's so good. His son is just as good, almost, not quite, because, you know, Dad's always going to be a little better. But his son is a member of the group, you know, might have heard of him, called Midnight River Choir. And that's where that comes from, is Rodney Pyatt. Today, folks, musical guest. I've been following her a little bit because I know her dad real well. He and I go back a few years, quite a few years. And I remember the day when she was born. I congratulated him and her mama, but did not know she grew up into a talent that she is today. Y'all, please help me welcome Sami Brown.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Jim.
You're awesome. I've been trying to figure out how to get a hold of you. I didn't want to bother your dad. You know.
Yeah, so you've known him for a while then. That was 23 years ago, huh?
Yeah, your dad actually did a lot for me in my mobile DJ business.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah.
And they were my bank at that time.
Oh, nice.
Well, he's no longer at that bank, and I no longer have the DJ business.
I bet you're one of his favorite projects then, because that is like his cup of tea right there.
Yeah, you're
anything
saying
DJ, and he was a sound engineer through college, and yeah, he loves that stuff.
You know, he never really said that to me, but I could tell he had the love of music.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he still has love of music.
Yeah, well, he's the one who got me started doing music. We started taking guitar lessons when I was 9, about to turn 10, and we would do 30 minutes each of us together, and so. Yeah, so I got to credit him for that because I wanted to play the drums.
Well, you still can play the drums.
I still would like to. It's just a little harder to sing with the drums.
Get a cajon.
Yeah, I should get a cajon.
A cajon, man. I am a big cajon fan. Have you ever heard of the group called the Dirty River Boys? If not, you need to look them
Okay,
up.
I need to look them up.
I don't think they tour anymore or much because their main drummer, had some issues and he quit the band. And ever since then, the band hadn't really been the same. But this guy who I'm talking about had a drum set, but he had a cajon in front of him with a cymbal. And he spent more time in front of this drum set playing the cajon and cymbal than he did. It's just the sound is so much different.
It's kind of raw, you know?
But if you know how to do it right, it's better than a drum set.
Yes, if you know how to do it right.
Because you got to raise it up with your foot, bend it over, you know, and hit it at different parts of the cajon to make a different sound. Like the bass is one, the high end or the snares is one, and how he tapped his finger makes it. Wow, it's just
pretty cool.
Yeah, you got to do the cajon. I think cajon's going to be good for you. I think that's a good practice.
Well, I remember last summer I was playing and I was using a backup guitar and it was, absolutely gorgeous. It's a 72 Gibson Southern Jumbo. And there's one part of the song where I'm used to like hitting it, you know. It was for Wonderwall actually. And
oh, wow.
I was borrowing this guitar from my dad actually, day before Father's Day.
Did he know it?
He did know it. And since it was so old, I underestimated and I hit it the 3 times and I felt like, and I was like,
You put a hole in the guitar?
Not a hole, just like a little crack. And I was like, I don't know how to tell him, tomorrow's Father's Day, like his birthday is coming up after that. Like I ended up telling him it was fine. We got it fixed at this really good place.
Why fix it? That's called character. Look at Willie Nelson's guitar Trigger.
I know, right?
Do you know that guitar is now worth $20 million?
Trigger?
Yes.
Yeah.
They finally put a price tag of $20 million.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And he probably didn't even spend $200 on it back in the day.
Probably not. Yeah.
No, but
that
it's
thing
because
aged
he
like
put
wine.
a hole in it by playing it.
I always wanted to get one of those straps that Willie has that just hooks right here.
Do it.
Yeah, I might need to.
Sammy, you got to do your own thing. You got to be you, girl.
Yeah.
So you started out 9 years old with the guitar because your dad loves music, and he said, "Hey, what made him think you were going to be musically inclined? Did you used to sing around a lot before that?"
No, not really. I think he was just maybe hoping. Your
dad knows his business. Why would he be hoping you would fall into this business?
Yeah. Well, the singing thing that was kind of a surprise a few years down the road because. When you're first learning how to play, singing and playing is like the most unnatural, uncomfortable thing ever. But then as I got a little bit older, my guitar teacher, Pat McKee, actually, he was the one that was
he's good.
Oh, yeah, I love Pat. But he and Trammell are playing at Diamondbacks pretty often now, so we went and saw them, and they sounded great the other day. But it was my guitar teacher that kind of pushed me towards that, and I thought he was crazy at the time, but I'm so grateful for it because this is like one of my favorite outlets in life for sure.
Now, do you write all your songs, or do you have co-writes, or what? How do you do that?
So I do write all my songs, and whether that's by preference or just circumstance, I guess we'll find out as time goes on. But I've been back and forth between Waco and Marquette, Michigan, which is in the Upper Peninsula. Absolutely beautiful on Lake Superior.
What made you go to school up there?
I'll say I honestly just credit it to God because my criteria for transferring, I played soccer for 3 years at Abilene Christian before that, and then we got new coaches, wasn't a good fit at all, and then so I entered the transfer portal, and my criteria was to either go to our previous conference that we were in or stay in Texas, and so 22 hours away, and at my first Great Lakes sighting ever, I found myself in Marquette, and it was absolutely awesome, and so it was so random, though, that I know it had to be God that picked me up and put me there.
Great Lake almost looks like an ocean. It's
insane.
So big.
Yes.
And first time I was driving through there in the tour bus was with William Clark Green, and it was starting to snow, so we were getting that Great Lake snow effect. Because it wasn't snowing anywhere, but right there.
Right there, constantly.
It's weird, isn't it?
It snowed this week twice in Marquette.
It's because it's coming off that Great Lake from Canada.
Yeah.
It's weird how it just snows right in that area, but you go 30, 40 miles into land and you don't
There's
get
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah, which was fun, though, because, the winter was a little bit of a shock for me. In the summertime, you're like, why does everyone not move here? It's the most beautiful, dream summer camp experience of all time, but then the winter comes, and that's what I've also never been paler in my life since I've gone there the last 2 years, but we had a ski hill less than 10 minutes away, and so I would go between classes. It was awesome.
Catch you a board or two?
Oh, well, no, I'm more of a skier than a boarder.
Hey, is Marquette the home of the world's largest flag? Or is it
is the world's largest wooden dome.
Wooden dome?
Yeah.
But all right, so have you ever seen, it's somewhere up in that area off the,
okay.
I don't know what town it is, but it is the world's largest flag.
Okay.
And the pole, I believe, is 70 foot tall.
Oh, no.
And the flag, I forgot how big it was. And there's history about it.
Okay.
But you can Google the world's largest flag in the United States of America.
Well, I need to see where that's at because it must have been.
And it stays lit up all the time.
Huh.
All the time.
Yeah.
I passed it and I'm like, because you could see this flag like 30 miles away.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
And it's in the UP?
It's right there on the coastline.
Huh.
And I thought Marquette, if it's not in Marquette, it's real close to that area because I remember Marquette.
Wow, what a missed opportunity. I missed the world's largest
It's a big
flag.
tour attraction, too. People
Okay.
just go to take pictures of the flag.
Yeah.
I think you could even go into the flagpole a little bit.
Oh.
Not to the top. 70 foot tall. All right, we talked a little bit. I'd rather hear you some singing. What you want to do?
I'm gonna do I came out with my debut album in the fall this year, called Seeker, and then I got to redo it with a amazing band, and everyone was Waco based too at the Texas Music Cafe over Christmas break, and so this is the title track from the album called Seeker, and the song is called Seeker. Lonely seeker, where's your place in this world? I know that Sunday preacher, I couldn't help that girl. I said on leaving, I told her she was no good. Never did much talking to say she's misunderstood. Rolling with the sun, night will always tell you when to run. She don't know who she is, she just knows who she's with. Feels no feelings. She left her heart out west, and just one too many. She thinks they're all like the rest. The thoughts of Jesus, she speaks of God with her friends. Now they won't listen, 'cause what she does on weekends. Rolling with the sun, night will always tell you when to run. She don't know who she is, she just knows who she's with. Some she roams, she has made herself her home just by one simple vow. There is here, there is now. Sun, night will always tell you when to run. She don't know who she is, she just knows who she's with.
Sami Brown.
Thank you so much.
Your voice is angelic, girl. You're giving me goosebumps.
Really?
Over there.
Oh, thank you.
You know, and I'm telling you right now, that's why I'm excited to get to meet you finally and talk to you, because I've been pretty good about finding great talent in my career. You know, it all started a few years ago when to me, it started when George Jones wrote "Who's Gonna Fill Their Shoes," and I tell you what, I'm going to tell you more about that coming up. I won't leave that hanging. I'm going to tell you some of the guys who I played kind of like you for the first time, no one's ever heard of, and they become mega stars.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So I got a good intuition going on.
Yeah. My dad was telling me something about your career, and
we'll talk a little bit about that coming up. Right now, we got to go to a commercial break, and we're going to let you know we're live from the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grills, the Zach Owens Show, being brought to you by Weicker Realtors, the Eastland Group, and Be Kind Coffee. Hang on, more with Sami Brown coming up.
Are you ready to take control of your health? At 4U Health, we believe wellness and lab testing should be accessible, inclusive, and yes, fun. With our tech-powered at-home lab test, you save time and money while feeling your best. Say goodbye to long waits and office visits. Check your health on your own terms with 4U Health. Visit 4uhealth.com today and free yourself from traditional medicine. That's the number 4uhealth.com. At Fullwell, we bring together the expertise of registered dietitians, MDs, and OBGYNs to give you the best fertility support. Our research-backed bioavailable formulas are crafted with your health in mind, ensuring the highest quality and safety. From preconception to pregnancy and beyond, we exceed industry standards with independent testing for harmful contaminants. With our comprehensive practitioner directory, personalized care is always within reach. Fullwell, your trusted partner on your fertility journey. Visit us at fullwellfertility.com. Experience the perfect blend of exquisite craftsmanship and life-changing technology with Gevi. Every product is built with precision, featuring specialized parts that ensure durability, efficiency, and safety. We put every machine through 6,000 rigorous tests to guarantee long-lasting performance. With cutting-edge technology and a commitment to energy efficiency, Gevi makes your life easier, greener, and more convenient. Upgrade your everyday with Gevi. Visit us at gevi.com to discover more. That's gevi.com.
With San, owning iconic furniture no longer requires paying a premium. We use the finest materials like Italian top-grain leather, known for its durability and luxurious feel, and apply meticulous attention to detail in every piece we create. Our replicas are crafted with the same care and precision as the originals, but a price that makes them accessible. With over 15,000 satisfied customers worldwide, we've proven that high-quality furniture doesn't have to come with a high price tag. Explore our collection today at san.com.
At Covers & All, we've revolutionized protective solutions with cutting-edge, customizable covers, tarps, and curtains. Using advanced tech fabrics that are 100% waterproof, UV tear, and abrasion resistant, we ensure lasting durability with hand-sewn double-stitch seams. Our commitment to quality, precision engineering, and customizable options is unmatched. With vertically integrated operations and express shipping, we deliver premier protection at affordable prices. Visit coversandall.com today for the perfect fit, guaranteed to last.
Protect your online privacy with NordVPN. Browse securely, access content from anywhere, and keep your data safe with military-grade encryption. Whether at home or on the go, NordVPN ensures your digital freedom. Stay secure. Download NordVPN today at nordvpn.com. That's NORDVPN.com.
If I've learned anything in the last year, it's that to show up as my best, I need to make intentional choices. And that goes back to the absolute basics. Number one is I have to move. And number two, to stay hydrated.
I have been using molecular hydrogen from Water and Wellness to support my health and well-being. It helps with energy, recovery, liver health, and more. The hydrogen has been a game-changing addition to my own wellness routine. The tablets dissolve into my water and deliver powerful minerals to help my body feel its best all day long.
It all began with a simple idea, cutting handles off old ski sticks to create better pull-up bars. This sparked the creation of the revolutionary Angles 90 handles. After testing over 70 prototypes with 300 athletes, our patented handles were launched in 2018. We continue to push the boundaries of strength training. Join us in making your training more natural and effective. Visit angles90.com to learn more and revolutionize your workout.
Have you ever wondered why so many pet parents are choosing to have virtual vet appointments? Online veterinary care is making it easier than ever to get expert advice for your pet. Our professionals are not only experts in managing urgent concerns, but also in providing top-notch preventative health care. We're proud to connect pet owners to a vast network of licensed veterinary professionals, ready to address any immediate concerns and expand access to pet care. Book your first appointment today.
Visit roguemediamusic.com for more music.
Live from the Backyard Bar Station Grill, it is the Zach Owens Show. We have in studio guest Sami Brown, and we're just talking a little bit, Sami, off air. I'm telling you, girl, you've got a mega career in music if you want it.
Thank you.
It's yours to say no. I promise you, because females are hard to find in this business that are as good as you are.
Okay, good. Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you, especially.
Well, I mean, I love female artists too. And back in the day, radio programmers did not like female artists. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And it was a bad no. You can't put two females back to back on a radio station. And I'm like, why?
Yeah, like why?
Well, they're good. You put two males back to back. Why can't you put two females back to back?
Like
because their voices are voices are different from guys' voices.
Like, yes, that is the premise.
Yeah, but you've got this good raspy.
Thank you.
Smooth but raspy.
I appreciate it.
And it's not a growl. It's not overdone. It's not underdone. It's exactly where you need to be with that.
Thank you.
And I am so excited. I'm going to be adding Sami Brown to Troubadour Country Radio later this afternoon. So y'all need to download the app. Go to live365.com and check out Troubadour Country Radio, which now we'll be playing Sami Brown.
That's awesome. Yeah, well, I'm honored because he was telling me off air some of the people that he regularly spins, and they're all incredible. So
well, yeah, the Cody Jinks and Parker McCollum. Parker came in my studio one time when I was on Shooter FM here in Waco and says, Jim, you're the only radio station that will take time to have me in and talk to me and listen to my music. He goes, what am I doing wrong?
That's so crazy.
I said, you're not doing anything wrong. They're just dumb. They don't know what they're missing.
Yeah.
It's their fault, not yours,
You lead a horse to water, huh?
What I told him, because he was thinking, do I need to change something? Do I need to get more country? I'm like, dude, if you change anything, you're going to ruin what you got.
Yeah.
I said, your sound is who you are. And that's exactly what I'm telling you. Don't change nothing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care who manages you or who tells you what. Sami, do you. Do what I just heard.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's awesome. I'm glad that you also told Parker McCollum not to change anything, because
now look at him.
It's so nice to have people with a unique sound. It's not just like copy paste, industry plant or anything.
And he said some people told me I wasn't country enough, and some people told me I was too country. I'm like, dude, forget the critics. Listen to yourself.
Yeah.
If it feels right, then do it.
Yeah.
And to me, when I heard Meet in the Middle, and that was the song that I was playing on radio before radio even found out who he was, he's like, and then all of his songs, Silhouette, and then just one after the other, just gives me goose.
Hell of a Year, Pretty Heart. Yeah.
That whole album, it was everyone's a number one. And if you'll look at Parker McCollum's track record, anything that dude releases turns to gold. Pretty Heart was the first mega hit.
Yeah.
And he was here at the Backyard Bar Station Grill, actually, in the street party out there when he first released Pretty Heart.
Yeah.
He was here when he released Pretty Heart.
Oh my gosh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I remember high school, when I was at Midway, it used to be like the thing to go to the Cody Johnson concert every year.
Kojo, yeah.
And he has absolutely blown up. I'm still waiting for him to...
Dude.
He's got 2 YouTube versions out right now that have... I mean, I know the Traveling Soldier has like 9 million views, his cover of that, and then it's kind of blowing up on TikTok right now, his version of She's Acting Single. I'm like, I need you to release these because they're so good.
Kojo and I go way back.
Really?
Yeah, because I was playing Cody Johnson before people who knew Cody Johnson, and of course, Kojo and Randall King are on the same, they have the same management, Durango management. And so Randall King, we were on tour with Cody Johnson, I guess 6-7 years ago. And I've recorded everything Kojo sang prior to this album that this is his first big boy record with his first big boy label. And we were in a stadium or in a big, I guess like the Farrell Center. And he was singing some songs I'd never seen, so I was recording them.
Yeah.
At the end of their little session, I saw him turn around and get into the talkback mic and said, "Hey," and that's all. He didn't say nothing to me, but I can hear him talking to somebody. Next thing I know, here comes his manager, tour manager, walking over to me. He goes, "Jim, were you recording him?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "I got to see you delete that."
Oh.
I'm like, "What?" I said, "That's good. Man, Kojo, it's for me because I don't record it to post it. I record it for me,
so you can listen to it
for later for me. It's because I was there. I got to see him sing it before people heard it.
So you got the little slap on the wrist then?
Yeah, he goes, Kojo says you can't have that. The record labels don't want no one having that because they were afraid I was going to release it before the album was.
Yeah.
Little did they know I already had stored it somewhere else one time. Yeah, Kojo, I kept a copy of it, man. I still have it to this day, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so yeah, those are some backstage
It's released
stories.
now. That's all that matters.
Yeah. So, Sammy, you're on your way. I am so happy. I want to hear another song, man. You're awesome.
Okay, so this is I really tried with the album to have kind of the writing to reflect the music I listen to, which I feel like is pretty diverse. And so this song's a little different, but it's called Time of Our Lives. It's kind of just about like an ideal world. The face in the mirror looks back at me. The clock in the corner marches towards eternity. We've seen the gift of kindness, the weight that it holds. When tender words fall from your lips, it's honey to the soul. Sometimes I dream of a life, but there's no pressure, there's no pride. We're the ones that had to leave this world, don't run out of time. The sun stays out forever to chase away the night. Oh, it's just the time of our lives. And blessed are the humble, and blessed are the small. Will you count your blessings when your back's against the wall? Ooh, ooh. And a true loving friend won't let your sorrow stay. Who sees the heartache when they move away? Ooh, ooh. Sometimes I dream of a life where there's no pressure, there's no pride. We're the ones that had to leave this world, don't run out of time. The sun stays out forever to chase away the night. Oh, it's just the time of our lives. Well, there's no pressure, there's no pride. We're the ones that had to leave this world, don't run out of time. The sun stays out forever to chase away the night. Oh, it's just the time of our lives. Oh, it's just the time of our lives. Oh, it's just the time of our lives.
It's Sami Brown live on the Zach Owens Show at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill. Time of our life. You know, our producer came over to while you were singing and said, "You know, Jim, you're right. She has angelic. She sounds like Norah Jones."
No, thank you. That is,
you know, I kind of agree with him.
Wow.
You got that sound.
man. I gotta hang out with y'all more. Y'all are nice.
All right, we're not doing this because we're being nice. We're just being honest. You know?
I
we
thank
just
you,
want
thank
you to know that you have a career in this business if you want
Thank
it.
you. Well, it's my passion.
Are you
for
sure you're Sam's daughter? I mean, can he sing like that? It
And-
must be your mom.
You know, I don't know. You know, my dad was in the Waco Boys Choir in the 4th grade. So apparently somewhere down the road he does sing. I never can get him to, but, you know, I'm hoping one day I can peer pressure him at a gig.
I know he can talk.
He can talk, yeah.
I know he talks
He's a
well.
good talker.
He talks a lot. You know, that's all right, Sam. I talk a lot too. That's why I'm in the radio, dude. All right, so real quick, Sam, we got to do a couple things here. First of all, we're going to talk about this day in music history, being brought to you by Mike's Car Care. We got to watch a commercial real quick from Mike here, or is that a graphic? Oh, we already got it there. Mike's Car Care. So Mike's Car Care wants you to know today in history, or this day in music. All right, so that's this one. Well, we already did this day in music, didn't we? Yeah, because I did that last hour, but I'll do it again. 1964, Buck Owens' My Heart Skips a Beat reached number 1 on the country charts, exemplifying the Bakersfield sound. 1977, Waylon Jennings' Lukenbach, Texas, Back to the Basics of Love began a 6-week run at number 1 on the country charts, becoming the classic outlaw country anthem. 1988, Kathy Mattea's 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses topped the country charts, earning her widespread acclaim, which makes still history. When people still hear it, they get on the dance floor. That's a good one. 2013, I think that was written about her dad, who was a truck driver too, by the way. Darius Rucker got into the country scene, released his album True Believers, featuring the hit single Wagon Wheel, which became a fan favorite. And I believe that was a remake of a Texas artist song, which those guys were great too. 2016, Mary Morris made her Grand Ole Opry debut at the Grand Ole Opry debut. I don't read very well. Marking a significant milestone of her career there. And 2022, Morgan Wallen's Thought You Should Know reached number 1 on the Billboard Country Singles charts, reflecting his continued success. Yeah, I think I read that in one instead of Today in History, the National Waitstaff, you know. But we can do that here in a little bit, and we'll do birthdays later on too. All right, so I think do we need to take a commercial break, producer, or we need to keep rolling here? I don't know. Okay, he says take a commercial break. So Sammy, I want to know more about what you're doing, and now you graduated, but I want to know more. I have to wear headphones so I can hear you talk. And when we come back from the commercial break, I want to know where you're going now. What's up with Sammy? And then I'm going to see what you're doing on, keep this in mind, the date, June 26th, okay? Well, we'll be right back more with the Zach Owens Show at the Backyard Bar Stage and Grill.
Apollo Neuro is a new kind of wearable that helps your body recover from stress. It's like a wearable hug for your nervous system that helps you calm down and feel better. The Apollo wearable will send gentle vibrations to your body, like a song you can feel instead of hear. You feel better, you sleep better, and you can get back to being yourself. Learn more at apolloneuro.com.
When you learn a language with Babbel, you start a journey that takes you further and further. Anytime and anywhere you wish. It's easy and fun. Broadens your horizons and keeps your brain fit. A journey into new thoughts, new cultures, new adventures. So what are you waiting for? Start your journey with Babbel now. Go to babbel.com or download the app.
BadCreditLoans.com is a pioneering service provider that has carved a reputation in the financial industry for its dedication to helping individuals with bad credit secure loans. By making timely repayments, borrowers can gradually repair their credit history, thereby increasing their chances of securing better loan terms in the future. BadCreditLoans.com serves as a beacon of hope for those with bad credit. Simple, fast, and reliable loan application process. And its commitment to responsible borrowing makes it a trusted partner in the journey towards financial stability.
Did you know nearly all stock price changes of 10% or more result from a single news headline? These news catalysts create trading opportunities every day. All you need is a little help to reach out and take them. It doesn't matter if your investment budget is small or big. All you need is Benzinga Pro and its powerful news alerts, price tracking, and portfolio monitoring. Subscribe now, and we'll skyrocket your portfolio today.
OsleyMD.com.
I've always had thin hair my whole life. It breaks off at a certain length. In the last 6 months, I've noticed it just really bad. I mean, you could totally see it. I wear a hat a lot. I tried several different products. My experience with the Bosley MD hair regrowth kit was amazing. It was easy to use. It let me take off my hat. I could go in public and have my picture taken and feel normal again.
OsleyMD.com.
I don't know, if Bubble wasn't here, I don't know what people would be doing, like making PowerPoints or something. Bubble allows you to make it real and for it to actually work. So I feel like Bubble bridges that gap and being able to give people the opportunity to make their ideas come to life really quickly too. I love that I can sit down and build something the way that I think it should be built and have the control over it.
Bubble turns ideas into fully scalable apps. Try Bubble today.
Hi, I'm Jo from Face Theory. You're going to want to have a specific goal for your skincare routine. What do you want to achieve? Active ingredients are really strong, and if you're using too many at once, your skin can get overwhelmed. Don't overspend on products. Choose products that have scientific research behind them. At Face Theory, if you're not happy with a product, just say so, just give us a shout and we'll give you your money back, no problem.
I know you're gonna love this Kodak Dot Plus printer. You guys just connect it to your smartphone and then you're gonna use the Kodak Photo Print app. It's going to print you a 4x6 photo. I am just in awe. I love how these turned out. Also, the printer comes with a free cartridge of 10 photo sheets. I can assure you, you are going to love this printer as much as my family has. You guys have to check it out for yourself.
Hi, my name's Erica and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine using the Tasmanian Spring Water range from Sand and Sky. This range is really good for dry and dehydrated skin like myself. It's packed with 2 types of hyaluronic acid and fermented sea kelp to reduce redness and irritation, which I experience daily. So that's it. It's so quick and so easy, and my skin feels so dewy and so hydrated.
We are live at the Backyard Bar, Stage and Grill. It's the Zach Owens Show. Avocado hanging out. By the way, I want to say hi to my friend Richard Lindiggy. Thank you for listening and watching the show this morning. I got a text from him. Hey, man, I'm watching your show this morning. Y'all sound great. I love Sammy. Well, of course, I added the love Sammy part. Everybody loves Sammy. You know, I'm just late to the show here. I'm sorry, Sammy, but I am on board. I'm on board. Yeah. Right now, we're going to talk some sports because after the Zach Owens Show, there is a sports show coming up, and we got Scotty on the line. What's up, my boy?
What's going on? How we doing?
We are doing. What's going on in the sports world this morning?
Oh, man. Oklahoma City Thunder won big last night, of course. We're going to talk about all sorts of things today. Did you see that women's basketball over the weekend got more views than Red Sox-Yankees?
Really? That's great news.
It is great news. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, all that drama is stirring up some interest for the WNBA.
So unless you're a Yankees fan.
Right, of course. But I hope most people who are watching this show around Central Texas are not.
No, we're basketball fans around here.
There you go.
At least the Ranger fans for sure.
That's right. Well, the Rangers weekend wasn't too good either, but we can avoid talking about that.
Oh, man. Well, we always have the Astros, right?
Don't say that to me, man. I grew up here, Texas Rangers all the way. I can't do it.
The way I look at it here, Scotty, if Vince is from Texas, we love them all. I mean, you know, I'm a Cowboys fan, but I love the Texans. I watch them both, and I root for both of them. When you have two on your side, one of them's bound to hit the home run, you know?
See, that's really cute, but I grew up the opposite direction. I grew up you root for your team, and anybody in state that plays against your team is your rival.
Well, I mean, when the Texans play the Cowboys, it's the Cowboys I'm rooting for to whoop their butt. But when it's Texans versus anybody else, I'm for the Texans, man.
Okay, but if Texas and Texas A&M play, who are you rooting for?
A&M.
And then are you rooting for UT to win all the rest of their games, or are you rooting for them to suck?
No, I like UT, man. I hope they win all, and I like Baylor. I really like Baylor. Baylor's got a good ball team going on there.
I think
except
most
when
fans,
they play A&M.
That's right. I think most fans feel differently. So I'm a Baylor guy. I went to Baylor, root for Baylor, and I hope TCU loses every game they ever play for the rest of
the Frogs
forever.
What's wrong with the Frogs, man?
They're our rivals. Screw them. When they got blown out by Georgia in the national championship game a few years back, I was doing a dance.
Scotty, tell me how you really feel, brother.
Always. That's my job.
All right, man. Well, y'all are getting ready for the big show coming up at the top of the hour. So, man, have a good time and enjoy the sports show.
You too. Hope anybody that's interested joins us at Pete Souza Show on YouTube. We have doubled our subscriber count in the past month, so we'd love for you to come be part of the family.
Wow. All right, I'll be right over after the show.
All right, y'all.
All right, Scotty, thank you, man. All right, folks, we are going to take a look at birthdays. Sammy, I know we got more coming up with you here in a minute, but right now I got headphones on so I can hear you, but I'll probably look like an idiot, but... We're going to look at birthdays. Of course, birthdays being brought to you by our friends of Jack of All Trade. As you can see them on your screen there. Thank you for Jack of All Trade for sponsoring the birthday segment. So, born on this day, Wednesday, you're not going to be born on Wednesday if it's the 21st. It just depends on what year we're looking at. Notorious B.I.G. Oh, the late Notorious B.I.G. 1972 is when he was born. Of course, he passed away in 97. American rapper Mr. T, another American actor and professional wrestler, was born on this day in 1952. By the way, Sammy, Mr. T is still alive. And he's still trying to do the A-Team somewhere. I've seen him. He might be pushing a cart. He's not in a wheelchair yet, but he's not as thick as he used to be. Let's just say that. Ronald Isley of the Isley Brothers, and born in 1941, American singer-songwriter. Of course, the Isley Brothers. Josh Allen, he's a football quarterback, was born on this day in 1996. Noel Fielding, a British comedian and actor, was born on this day in 1979. Goatee. Goatee. Oh, that's the... it's Gautier is how you pronounce that, because I remember now. It's not Gautier, it's Gautier. He is an Australian singer-songwriter from Belgium. Gautier. It's not Gautier. I remember that. Kevin Quinn, American actor and singer, was born on this day in 1997. And I saved this one for last. Our friend, we were just talking about him, Cody Johnson, celebrates his birthday. He was born on this day in 1987. Kojo. They got him as American singer. You know, he was starting as a Texas country artist. And now when he signs this label, he went to a national recording artist.
Oh.
And so my buddy Randall King, who got me into the tour bus driving, he was my first client, and I was his first tour bus.
That's awesome.
And I didn't have a license to drive this thing. It was a bus that my sponsor in McGregor, Mr. Niemeyer, bought for us to go to festivals for Troubadour. And we were in a festival one time in Conroe, I think it was the Catfish Festival or something. And it was Randall King and Dustin Saunier. I don't know if you know Dustin. He's from Louisiana, but we had just bought this bus, and we told both of them and said, "Hey, man, if y'all got somewhere we can go to a couple of states, we'd like to try it out, see if we can make it a couple of states and back, because we just did local stuff." And Randall King come up later on. And he goes, "Were you serious about that?" I said, "Yeah, man. The old man's gonna pay for the fuel, and I'm gonna drive for free. We want to see what this can do."
Yeah.
It was supposed to be one weekend. Sam, it turned out after that weekend, he goes, "What are you doing next weekend?"
Oh.
What are you doing next weekend?
It turned into a tour.
2 years.
Oh.
2 years I was with Randall King. No money. And finally, at the end of 2 years, he was starting to make money. Because back then, he was opening for a lot of people. He wasn't making money. So I said, Randall, I finally got to get paid. He goes, I can afford you. So that's when I went back on radio and blah, blah, blah. And he needed a real tour bus because they're getting bigger.
2 years, wow.
Yeah, it's a
long
time.
weekend.
Yeah, so that's how I got started as a tour bus driver.
That's pretty awesome.
Then I went back to radio and they didn't work out, so I ended up getting a CD on. Here I am.
There you are.
Driving for William Clark Green. All right, so June 26th, are you open?
I am on vacation that week.
Oh, girl.
Ironically, I'll be in Nashville with my family, but
doing some singer-songwriter. You're going to try to hit a retreat or two?
I should just ditch them and just
Do
go
you know
try to
that's where a lot of business for Texas artists is happening, is in Nashville. They're riding up there.
Yeah, I played with one of my good buddies at the Will last week. Her name's Morgan Powers, and she is an incredible songwriter and a recording artist, but she went to school at Belmont in Nashville, and she just got back this week, but she's been going back and forth for several years now.
Now, don't go to the tourist bars. You got to go where the singer-songwriters
The dive bars?
Yeah, and if you don't know, you'll have to ask, and they'll tell you.
We'll find out. We'll find out.
If you're a singer-songwriter, they'll tell you where to go.
Uh-huh.
And that's where the big boys go.
Yeah. Well, I know there's a lot of musicians up there, but I heard it's everyone. Like, whoever is bagging your groceries, whoever, your doctor, everyone up there.
Well, they're all still trying to make it.
I know, and
they'll do anything they can.
It's kind of awesome, yeah.
Some people have the talent, but they just don't have the business skills.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, this is a business. This is not just, I'm going to play some music and I'm going to get some free beer or a party. Because everyone thinks back in the day, that's kind of what it was. It had the image of, we're going to play music and have this big party on the bus or party in backstage. That's why I created this show called Behind the Wheel with Avocado, because it's anything but that. Because now, if you are in that mindset of we're going to get free beer, free alcohol, get drunk, have all these crazy parties and all that, you're not going to make it. You're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
Because it's a business. You have to stay sober. You have to stay, keep your brain. Now, there's a few drinks going on here and there. I get that. Even my boss, bless his heart. Sometimes they never drink before the show. I mean, they're always sober on the show, and then after the show, that's when it hits.
Yeah.
My boss didn't drink a lot. He just likes staying up late.
Well, it's I can't even imagine because his shows are so much bigger than anything I've done, and even for me, like after gigs and stuff like that, it's so hard to go to sleep because you're just amped,
That's what it is.
Especially if it's a good crowd, it's like, wow.
And he's not he doesn't drink hard alcohol. He'll do a few shots, some of Jaeger bombs is what they call them, the Red Bulls and stuff. He does one or two of those, but he likes his beer. He likes, and what's weird is he likes hot beer.
What?
He likes beer that's not iced.
I've never heard
he
that
doesn't
preference.
care. Now, if it's cold, he'll drink it, but he prefers it to be hot. He don't
so
care. He's like warm beer. He's a beer drinker.
Maybe it enhances the flavor. Who knows?
He's a beer drinker. William's a beer. And he doesn't drink at home because he has 2 little babies now.
Oh, really?
And one's about 2 and one's about to be 1.
Oh, my
gosh. 3 and 1. But they're, Benjamin and I forget the new ones. It's so bad because he was born while I was driving. I've been with him for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
But it's a business, so keep that in mind as you're moving forward into this.
Okay, yeah.
It's a fun time. Have a great time, and you'll meet a lot of people networking.
Yeah.
But you got to keep in mind this is a business.
Absolutely. Well, hopefully I'm prepared now. I got my undergrad last year in accounting, which is hilarious to me because I feel like that's the least creative major of all time, but and then I just got my MBA, so I feel pretty ready to take on the business world, so that's good to hear that.
Let me ask you one more question before I send you off into the Never Land here.
Okay.
Do you have any merchandise? That tells me you don't.
No, I have CDs, but
all right, I'm gonna educate you.
Okay.
Sam, I hope you're listening. Not Sammy, your dad.
Yeah.
Because he needs to listen to this. CDs don't sell.
But the margins. The margins.
Okay, CDs, they're collector's items.
Yeah.
If you autograph them. What sells are T-shirts and ball caps. People have stickers. Stickers are almost like a giveaway. All right. So here's another secret that Joe Nichols taught me.
Okay.
All right. have a wristband that you give to anybody who buys $35 or more merchandise.
Okay.
All right, because I'm telling you, this is how you're going to make your living is merchandise sales.
Merchandise, okay.
All right, and I'll tell you real quick, and I know we got to go, but anything over $35, they get a separate wristband, and after your show, they get to come to the bus, not on the bus, but to the bus and get a photo with you, not an autograph.
Yeah.
Autographs takes too long, but a click and go.
Mm-hmm.
They get a free photo.
Yeah.
So as you get bigger,
you're good. You're good. These
I'm telling you, this is
good.
merchandise is where it's at. And then LPs, everyone seems to want to buy. I mean, people are spending $40 on a record.
I know.
If expensive is autograph. So keep that in. The problem with records are everyone wants them now, and there's a wait list of a year, and it's a minimum of like 400 or 500 records.
And they're so expensive to produce unless you do it
It's going to be
in
about $4,000 or $5,000 or $10,000. That's why they're $40 a piece.
Yeah.
All right, Sammy. So if people want to follow you on social, how do they find you?
My Instagram is sami.brown with 2 N's. Somebody already took the one with 1 N. But and then Facebook, I post most of my music stuff under SAMI, Sami Brown. And then I got all my albums are out on on Spotify, Apple Music, any major streaming platform. And then I started posting on TikTok recently.
That's a big thing.
It is. It's been kind of fun.
YouTube is a big thing.
Yeah, I got some stuff on YouTube. Pretty much anywhere you can try to find anything, I'll be on there.
Well, I am so happy for your career. Now that you got out of school, you could probably focus more on your career, or are you going to MBA?
Well, the plan is to go to law school next year, and so, but this summer, absolutely, we're heavy hitting it with the music, and since soccer's done, I got a lot more time for writing.
You got a band you said you put together a little bit, or you don't know if they're available or not, or
for Baylor?
Yeah, no, a band.
A band? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I had and they're all everyone's part of different bands as well, and so we get together whenever we can, because everyone's locally based too, makes it a little bit easier, so it's pretty fun.
Sammy, my job is to help you get nationwide. That's what we're gonna do. We got to start. We got to get you at Cotton Fest next year.
Okay.
Yeah, you're that good. You're that good.
Cool.
I mean, you're that good. All right. Well, I'm gonna leave it here with y'all as we celebrate Veterans Week. We'll have another veteran tomorrow as we're getting close to Memorial Day weekend. Sami Brown, you're gonna lead us out with a song. What song are you gonna do?
Okay, this is a little fun one that I wrote called "Gone, Gone, Gone."
I'm gone, gone, gone. I'll see y'all here tomorrow morning on the Zach Owens Show. Take it away.
Baby, today's the day for you to go away. I got your dog on a leash, the boxes are all out front. And baby, this ain't your home. I'm excited to sleep alone, 'cause for a man, you are such a country boy. Well, get gone, 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 and baby, I'm moving on. Got better things to do than hear you talk. And don't cry, 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 won't bat my pretty eyes. So here's your boots, you said were made to walk. Darling, I am through. I won't have to deal with you. So here's an idea I would like to pitch. And darling, just you leave and go be Tom Petty, free falling. You are always one son of a gun. And get gone, gone, gone. And baby, I'm moving on. I got better things to do than hear you talk. And don't cry, 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 I won't bat my pretty eyes. So here's your boots, you said were made to walk. Well, get gone, gone, gone. I said, baby, I'm moving on. Got better things to do than hear you talk. And don't cry, 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 I won't bat my pretty eyes. So here's your boots, you said were made to walk. Well, here's your boots, you said were made to walk. Well, here's your boots, you said were made to walk.
the music playing.